Hi, I am Alim Ladha. I'm the founder and CEO of Instill Education. The rational reason for me to launch Instill Education is linked to the fact that the most intractable challenge we have on the continent is around education outcomes. Now, that's against the backdrop of having 15 million teachers needed by 2030, according to UNESCO, and a massive amount of teachers today that are left to themselves, unsupported, with no real professional development and growth. And so for us, and for me, the idea of launching Instill Education was to try and make a huge difference in educational outcomes on the continent, to change the trajectory of the continent. And teachers, for me, are at the heart of doing that. Now, on the personal side, I'll always remember my father's last words to me, which were, Alim, make sure you listen to your teachers today, because people can take away everything you have, but they won't take away what you've learned. And then my mother dedicated her life to making sure that my brother and I had the best education she could afford at that time. And I see the power of how education and teachers can change the trajectory of an individual like myself, or I actually believe the trajectory of a whole country or a whole continent. And these are the reasons why I launched Instill Education. So the thing about professional development that's really hard is that it's unclear who pays for it, right? So at the heart of it is the person that benefits the most from professional development is not a person that is actually incentivized to pay, because the support system in education are broken. You can do all the professional development you want, it will improve your classroom practices, but it won't actually increase your career mobility, financial mobility, and social mobility. And so as we were thinking about education and technology in this particular space, the biggest challenge was, how do you connect the person who pays for your product and the person who benefits from your product? And so if I had to give advice to other edtech entrepreneur in teacher training, or actually in any edtech space, is from the beginning, figure out who actually is going to pay for your product and what's in it for them. So in teacher professional development, ultimately, what you're trying to get to is student outcomes. You have to get learners to improve their outcomes. That's it. If what you're doing is not going to improve that, then you shouldn't be doing it, right? So in our case, that's the ultimate outcome that we're looking for. So in one word, if I had to describe our engagement with Injini, I would say collaborative.